Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. This is Miss T, and welcome back to my channel, Just Live Miss T. I wanted to share something with you today that I thought would help all my single friends. And I want you to know that being single is actually a blessing. And why is that? It's because being single, it'll give you a chance to learn, to educate, and to define who you are as a person. Let me explain to you why. I remember when I was younger, I'm going to just say around 19 is after I graduated high school. I started having chats with my great aunt. And she always told me, and even, her friends around her age, they would always say, enjoy your life while you're single. Before you get married, do all the things that you want to do. And I didn't quite get it then, but I kind of get it. Well, I understood what they were saying because my great aunt got married when she was 16. And they've been married ever since she was 80 something until he passed away. So most of her life she was married, she had kids. I don't really even know if she actually worked. But what I do know is for her to make that statement, it tells me, because back in that generation, even though you got married and you had children, after that, when you get a certain age, they felt like, well, they're too old to do something. Maybe she felt like she was too old to do something, that pretty much her life of accomplishing her dreams and goals were pretty much over. But nowadays, you see parents that are actually starting their lives in their 40s and 50s after they raise their kids. They're going back to college, they're getting their dream jobs, and they're doing what they need to do. So it's totally different, today. But me being a single person on my own, at first it felt kind of lonely because if you have friends and they're off getting married and then they have children and you go to their houses and you see them living these lifestyles, um, being in relationships, sometimes you're not always included in that. It wasn't a situation where I would call them every day or go to their house every day. My friends were busy with their families, so sometimes it can get a little bit lonely. And what I had to learn is, living on my own, instead of me trying to feel like I'm missing out on something, I had to learn what I like and what I wanted to do. So I had to learn myself. What did I want to do? What did I want to be? What did I want to accomplish? I had to educate myself. So I went back to school. I went and got the job that I wanted to get. And after I was a cosmetologist for a while. And after that, I still went to school to get my associate's degree in business. So I educated myself, and educating myself helped me to learn myself. When you have your own place, it's really important to create a safe space for you. So when you get your home, you decorate it to your liking. And no matter, when you're going to work, wherever, whatever's going on and on the outside, when you come home to the beauty and the safety of your place. Everything is decorated the way you want to. It makes you feel comfortable. It makes you feel relaxed. Create a safe space or a safe place for yourself. And after a while, and me coming home from work, I like to watch movies, chill, and relax. And after I got sick of chilling and relaxing and wanting to go and do things, I realized I couldn't do a lot of things that I wanted to do with my married friends because they were married and they had kids. And sometimes my single friends didn't always have the money to do anything because, as single people working, you strapped. Sometimes your money is pretty much accounted for every time you get paid. So I had to learn how to get out and do things by myself. And it's like I had to learn how to do what I wanted to do by myself or alone. So I had to learn how to step out of my comfort zone. And when you're single and you learn how to step out of your comfort zone, it can be very beneficial because It gives you a chance to try things you never thought you'd try before, meet people that you never thought that you would have something in common with. So, some things that I tried, like I always wanted to go to different restaurants and try different types of foods, but I didn't always have somebody to go with. So, what I did, I would go by myself and I would always sit at the bar. Not because other men were at the bar or whatever, but usually the bar is pretty much empty when you go around dinner time to certain restaurants. But there's always the bartender. And I would chat with the bartender. And if I didn't chat with the bartender, I'll be on my phone looking, at social media. I didn't feel like I was at that restaurant by myself, but I went to that restaurant. I tried, the foods. I got what I wanted to get. I would meet new people because sometimes the person sitting next to me, are by themselves. So I would have good conversations with people. Sometimes the bartender would buy me a drink. And so I would go to that place like a couple other times, just because I know that bartender's going to be there. We're going to have a nice conversation. They could recommend something to me. So that way I can go out and do things, like go out to eat by myself and not actually feel like I was alone. I had to learn how to travel by myself. And at first it can be scary, but I had to step out of my comfort zone once again. I had to, well, where do I want to go? You got to book a hotel, you got to book a plane ticket, you got to book a bus ticket, wherever you want to go. Do that. And when you get there, plan your events. What do you like to see? It's like sometimes I would go to group events. Like I went to Vegas with a few of my friends, and we didn't want to see the same thing, so I kind of ventured off on my own. I knew what I wanted to see. I went, took pictures, saw all the things that I wanted to see while they went off and did what they wanted to do, and it worked out just fine. I was there in another city by myself, just enjoying what I wanted to do. When we met later, we had dinner and we did whatever, but I got to see all the things that I wanted to see. By myself. I didn't have no fear, oh, somebody's gonna, jump me, I'm gonna be mugged. I didn't have none of that thought process going on as I was, touring around in Vegas. And by taking one trip by myself, I started learning how to take other trips by myself, booking a hotel, booking a flight, going and always having my events planned. Even doing something locally. I would go to a beach or the lake. I would read a book, take my chair, sit back, just listen to the waves, take a book, something to read, or I just enjoy looking at the water and just thinking, meditating. I go to a play by myself. I've never been to a concert by myself, but I would do that if there was somebody I wanted to see in a concert. I'm comfortable enough now to go by myself and enjoy that concert. One thing I would recommend to single people, if you're looking for things to do and you feel like, you're kind of by yourself and can't find nobody to do things with you, go line dancing. Where I live, they have line dance groups. You can go learn how to do these line dances. You meet new people. I haven't been line dancing in years, but sometimes I come across some of the people that I would see there, and we didn't always talk. We would just be dancing, but when we see each other out at the grocery store, I'm just like, hey, how you doing? You've been line dancing, whatever. You develop, new relationships, new friendships that way just by being out dancing. We also got something called urban ballroom dancing, where you can go there as a single woman and there'll be other single men there. And I never felt like, how you feel in a bar, that people just coming on to you all drunk and under the influence and the conversation's going nowhere and whatever. When I go out to urban ballroom dancing and I'm learning how to do the dances and there's single men there, there's single men who are just like, hey, come dance, I'll help you. And they'll show you how to dance, how to do the different dance steps and whatever. And very nice, respectable, decent men. And it's an enjoyable night. You go out there, you meet people, and then they have their line dance and their ballroom dance group activities where you would go different places. Like they would go to Detroit or they would go to Chicago or different places. You can travel together and dance. That gave you something else to do as a single person. I think line dancing is great for single women and even single men. When you want to go out and find something to do and you don't have nobody to do with it, you don't have nobody to do it with, you can do it by yourself and you will meet people while you're there. It's a way to build relationships. Even having like a ladies group. Recently where I worked at, there's a lady who wanted this relax and distress type group where a bunch of women get together and we'll just have drinks, we'll eat dinner, or we just talk and go different places. We plan train rides, movies, different things that we can do, social gatherings we can do with a group of single women. And it was amazing to me how many women was like, oh yeah, I'll go, because there's a lot of single women that want to do things but they don't want to go by themselves. So then you have this ladies group where you can do it with each other and you have a great time. I've always enjoyed it. Then I was able to meet some of the people that I worked with that I didn't really have time to talk to while I was working. So sometimes it's getting involved with a ladies group and, doing certain things together. Being single is a blessing to me because I was able to accomplish a lot of things that I wanted to do in my life. I could be a little selfish and say, hey, this is what I want, this is what I need, this is what I want to do. This is my money, this is how I want to spend it, this is how I want to enjoy. There's a lot of things that I wanted to see in life that maybe my family has never seen. I got family members who never stepped out of the city and won't even drive a car to go out of the city limits. They haven't even been around the whole county, But when I got my car, I wanted to drive everywhere and see different things. And being single allows you to do that. Being single allows you to really get to know yourself as a person and to really help you understand yourself and what you want out of life. So when you find a mate, and this is something that I think is really important because I've seen single women that I probably have been out to line dance class or different dance class or the different ballroom classes that I went to. They would meet these other single men and they would marry, and guess what, they have a partner that love to do the same things that they do. They dance, or they have in common right now, they go out dancing together. They can go out to eat and enjoy each other's company. They like plays or whatever. You can find pretty much somebody who has common interests like you do by going to the places that you love by yourself, and it's okay. I'm not the type, I used to go to bars by myself, but that can be kind of tricky because you talk to these guys and they're under the influence. It's like it can go any kind of way, but me going dancing, ballroom dancing, ballroom dancing and line dancing, I was able to meet people who were just dancing and having fun. So if you go to bars and stuff like that by yourself, that's great. If that's what you like to do, and you're comfortable in doing it, fine. But what's the most important is that the message that I want to get across to you is that you're single. It's you. Go enjoy yourself and have fun while you're single, because like my great aunts would say, when you get married, it's going to be other people involved that you're going to have to consider besides yourself. Your husband, you're going to have to take in consideration his feelings and what he wants and whatever. And then you have children, and it's going to be all about the kids. You may not always get the freedom to do what you want. But while you're single, instead of sitting at home and feeling lonely and feeling sad, get out there and start doing things. Step out of your comfort zone and start trying new things, because that's what being single is all about. Enjoy yourself. So I hope you got something from this video. Please like the video. Please comment and share it if you feel like you want to share it. I enjoy you listening. I enjoyed you paying attention and listening. I hope, like I said, I hope you get something out of it. And until the next video, friend, bye.